Mini episode 1449 of the FDH Lounge is brought to you by Sportsology, delivering unconventional columns and webcasts about sports, TV, music, movies, and more. Follow them on the web at sportsology.com.
The FDH Lounge. You want to schedule your life around it.
A long time ago, on a gloomy, wet Cleveland spring night, two men stand alone amidst the late-night drizzle. Their voices echo across the vacant station parking lot as they debate the merits of the great American radio show that have been missing for far too long. On that night, an idea was born. That idea became the FDH Lounge. Welcome to the FDH Lounge.
Hello and welcome to FDH Lounge mini episode 1449, our Billions episode 6.6 preview. I'm FDH Managing Partner Rick Morris here with our top 5 notes of interest heading into this season's 6th episode. Number 5, Formula Overload. Coming off of arguably a top 10 episode in Billions history, the cat and mouse between Chuck and Prince in episode 6.4, the writers came back with arguably a top 10 tropiest episode in Billions history. Chuck gets upended by an adversary, but the seeds that he plants in appealing to her chance to achieve on his team pay off when she joins him as Kate's replacement. Haven't seen anything like that before. Prince can accomplish something important by making a move that he doesn't want to make, decides not to, and devises an alternate strategy that works better. Aside from the fact that Bobby never resisted making a move on ostensibly moral grounds, this is like many developments that we got used to from Axe Capital. Chuck Sr. gets involved with something that could upend his life, only to return to status quo ante by the end. Wendy's entire arc of discovering that people can't escape toxic patterns almost seemed like a meta-commentary on the inevitability that surrounds most characters. Sometimes the predictability of certain Billions episodes is part of the charm, but this time not so much. Number 4, Bye Bye Bonnie. It's clear that she never respected the ethos of Prince Capital, and so she wasn't going to take her reduced status lying down. The obvious angle would be for her to join Maffei and Dollar Bill, but now they've worked cooperatively with Prince Cap twice, so they don't have her sense of animus anymore. At the risk of not being able to let go of our hope, could Bonnie be the one to reach out and find a back channel to Axe to get him involved with Maffei and Dollar Bill in a move on Prince? We can only hope. And speaking of the person who worked with Maffei and Dollar Bill, number 3, believe it or not, it's Taylor who ended up quickly corrupting Sacker. All credit for the one unpredictable angle in the last episode. Taylor's desperation for a big end-of-quarter move led to a shady collaboration with the bro investors that Kate ended up providing a fig leaf for legally. And it was actually Taylor who was more regretful by the end of the episode. The trajectories of these two characters will be interesting to watch from here, and it was a real treat to see them interact for the first time. Number 2. Prince displeases Scooter by hiring his nephew. This is the first hint of any discord between the two, which is interesting. The young man is a gold mine, which is why Prince coveted him, but he could have done great work in a more fulfilling field, which is the road not taken for Scooter, who doesn't want him to have regrets down the line. Axe used to make selfish choices like this all the time, but he didn't claim to have the ethics of Prince, hypocrisy noted in the same episode by Chuck, interestingly enough. It will be interesting to see if the wedge between number 1 and co-number 2 at Prince Cap widens, particularly when Prince refused to be selfish in terms of his own family for the good of the company. Number 1, the governor gets behind the Olympic effort. A quid pro quo of naming the stadium after Bob Sweeney is a little on the nose even for this show, but it worked, and now with the mayor and the state's chief executive behind him, Prince is well on his way. Of course, there's more twists and turns coming. Could Bobby, from Switzerland, be seething at the thought of Prince usurping him as a New York financial icon by making this play? Imagine a Chuck and Bobby combo to take him down. We can dream. Thank you for joining us for this mini episode of the FDH Lounge.